Good morning, student. This is your Navin sir. Today I'm going to teach the cost sheet format with the headings, which are the expenses where we have to take, under which heading we have to take, how to treat, all that we have to understand that. So this is the heading of the cost sheet with the company name and the year. In right hand side, they mention units produced. So units produced, if they given in the problem, then we have to maintain two amount column, that is total cost and the cost per unit. In case if units produced is not given, we need not to maintain two column, only we have to maintain the total cost column. Cost per unit column is not required. Okay, understand? When we have to go for cost per unit calculation, only if the units produced is given in the problem. Okay, to get the prime cost, we have to add direct material, direct labor or wages, and direct expenses. Okay, but for a direct material, sometimes they will not give directly what is the value of the direct material, total amount they will not give. Instead of that, they will give opening stock of raw material. So with the opening stock of raw material, in case if the information given about purchase of raw material, carriage inwards or octroi, all these expenses given, it should be added to the opening stock of raw material. From that total, we have to deduct closing stock of raw material. From the after deducting the closing stock of raw material, what balance you get, that we have to take it to the outer column. For that, we have to write it as a material consumed. Okay, for that we have to write it as a material consumed. Then direct wages they given directly, direct expenses given. If all three items if you add, you will get the prime cost. With the prime cost, you have to add factory overheads. Factory overheads means here they're dividing the departments into factory separately, administrative office staff separately, and selling and distribution department separately. So three departments expenses we have to show separately under the perfect heading. If any expenses incurred in the premises of factory, then factory overheads, any expenses incurred there, that should be taken under factory expenses. See, I'll read out some of the items. Indirect material, indirect wages, rent and rates of factory, lighting and heating, power and fuel, repairs and maintenance, cleaning, drawing office expenses, cost research and experiments, depreciation of factory plant, works stationery, insurance on fixed asset stock, finished goods, welfare service expenses, state insurance, loose tools, then work manager salary. All that should be added under the heading factory overheads. In case any sale of scrap value, of material or anything is there, that should be deducted from that total. Okay. After that, we have to add back opening stock of work in progress. In case it will not be given in all the problems, in case if a work in progress amount is given for opening or closing, opening should be added, closing should be deducted. Okay, so work in progress where we have to adjust with the factory overheads expenses added. After that, we have to add opening stock of work in progress less closing stock of work in progress. After that, if we get balance, for that we have to call it as a works cost or factory cost. It is a work cost or factory cost. After that, we have to add office and administrative overheads. Here, office means administrative staffs, managers, officers, or a clerk. All that people will comes under the office and administrative overheads. See that rent and rates of office, salaries, lighting and heating of office, insurance, cleaning, telephone and postage charges, printing and stationery charges, depreciation of furniture and office equipments and building, legal expenses, audit fees, bank charges. So all that should be considered as a office and administrative expenses. After that, if we had with the factory cost, we had all that office and administrative overhead, you will get the heading cost of production. You will get the heading cost of production. With the cost of production, in case if the finished goods is given, opening stock of finished goods or closing stock of finished goods is given, opening should be added, closing should be deducted. After that, you will get cost of goods sold. This finished goods of opening and closing also will not be given in the all the problem. If they given, you have to add opening and closing should be deducted, then you will get the cost of goods sold. In case if they not given opening or closing, from the cost of production directly we can add back the selling and distribution overheads. In that cases, cost of goods sold will not come. Only if opening and closing finished stock is given, then only cost of goods sold will come. Otherwise, with the cost of production only we can add selling and distribution overheads. See that selling and distribution overheads, showroom and rent rates, lighting and heating, salesman salary and commission, traveling expense of salesman printing and stationery, advertising, bad debts, director in charge, sales fees, then postage, depreciation and expenses of delivery van, debts collection expenses, carriage outward, sample and other free gifts. So if you add all these type of sales expenses, selling and distribution expenses, you will get cost of sales or total cost. With the total cost, if you had profit, you will get the sales. If loss is given, if you deduct loss, you will get the, there also you will get the sales value. Okay, thank you.